it's showtime. I'm going to do a whole show on Deion Sanders at some point, right? Because that motherfucker is beyond the lightning rod, right? He done lit up college sports, right? I mean, it's unbelievable what he's been able to do, generate the attention, etc. But let's talk about something a bit more specific within that Deion world, okay? And that's his son, Shedeur Sanders, okay? Very good player. People thought he would be pretty good, but right now he's probably a top 3 to 5 quarterback and rising up the chart as it relates to the NFL draft, right? You got Caleb Williams from USC. He is the quote-unquote next Patrick Mahomes. We haven't seen, right, a lot of quarterbacks in the last few years with his level of talent, right? Came out of high school, I'm from out of the DMV area, went out to Oklahoma with Lincoln Riley, did his thing, took the job, right, away from the kid right now that plays over at South Carolina that's really good, who transferred over. But, you know, had a great year at Oklahoma. Then he followed Lincoln Riley to USC. And then last year he won the Heisman. Okay, so he won the Heisman Trophy, and then this year at USC, he's doing his thing again, leading USC. Phenomenal quarterback. Again, he's been compared very nicely to Pat Mahomes. So number 1 pick in the draft, for sure, whenever he comes out, okay? Then second, you got the kid May over at North Carolina. You know, prototypical quarterback, very good, very talented. And there's a lot of great quarterbacks, right? And you look at college football today, Jordan Travis is real good from Florida State. The kid from Duke is really good. Bo Nix is good over at Oregon. A lot of really, really, really good quarterbacks right now playing NCAA football. And I think Shedeur Sanders, people thought he'd be really good, but he's kind of snuck up on a whole bunch of people, and he's now put himself in the conversation of the top quarterbacks in the country. Has to be. And obviously, with his dad being such a lightning rod, the publicity and press that he's getting, and he's still performing at such a high level, you got to give him credit. But now here's the question. Randy, here's the question, Randy. Shedeur Sanders, right? If he's a top 10 pick in the NFL draft this year, remember now, he has still more eligibility. If he's a top 10 pick in this draft, does he stay in college or does he go to the NFL? And wait, let me tell you why it's controversial, little Randy. Don't answer yet. So, now, his dad just got the Colorado job, okay? And so, you know, he's having a really good first year, but you want to stack, some good years on top of each other, because at some point you have to assume that, you know, he's going to move on and he may want a bigger job, but it's just good for him in terms of what he's building and the program at Colorado, et cetera, right? Second piece, which I think is important as well, the kid Travis Hunter, that's his dog. They almost like brothers. I know his brother Shiloh's there as well, but Travis Hunter is like another brother from another mother. Is that how y'all say it, Randy? Brother from another mother. You know what I'm saying? So he's a brother from another mother. He's also a dynamic and electric football player as well. But remember, in football, in college football, you have to stay for at least 3 years. So you can't leave before you complete 3 years of college football. So Travis Hunter is in his second year. So while Shedeur can leave because he's in his third year, Travis Hunter's in his second year. He only played 1 year at Jackson State first, okay, and then he's followed Deion to Colorado. Whereas Shedeur played 2 years at Jackson State, 2 years, and then he followed his dad to Colorado, so he's in his third year. So Shedeur can leave. But do you leave, right, or do you stay with your dad and your dog? And, you know, they right now are front runners for the Heisman, right? Shedeur's really good. Travis Hunter's really good. They play well. And then don't forget about this part of it too, okay? They're good this year, right? And they're just getting acclimated. But you would have to assume with more experience, with, you know, having a great year under their belt, with being able to get more recruits, with being able to mesh more, with having played, you know, a full season together with all the other players, you know, as they continue to add more pieces, take more guys out the transfer portal, because who the hell don't want to come play for Deion right now? Now, all of a sudden, you got those two foundational pieces next season, potentially with Shedeur and Travis Hunter, who are, you know, who would be preseason Heisman favorites, and then you add all those other pieces around those two guys, and you may be able to bring a national championship to Colorado. I can't even fucking believe I'm saying that. How does that sound? A national championship. Colorado was 1-11 last year, Randy. 1-11. One of the worst teams in college football. Deion Sanders is changing that dynamic, and it's crazy. And imagine they can't win a national championship this year. Let's keep it a buck. They can have some success because, in the next couple of weeks, they're going to play soon, right? Colorado State, whatever. When they get to playing Oregon and USC, then we'll see where they really stand, right? Those are the Pac-12 foes that are top programs, and we'll see where they really stand. And that's why I feel like they're going to have some difficulty. So we assume they won't be able to win a national championship this year. But it's very plausible if you bring back Hunter, Shedeur comes back, okay, and you recruit and you get into that transfer portal and you get some of the best transfers from around the country to come, that Colorado could be preseason number one in the nation and can win a national championship. So if you're Shedeur Stewart, I keep saying Shedeur Sanders, do you stay for that additional year to possibly win a national championship for his dad, right? Continue to elevate his dad's program and his profile as a college football coach, okay? Hang out with your homie, right? And have an opportunity with your boy to win a national championship? Or do you say, fuck all that, I'm going to get this motherfucking money, Dad. Peace. What you doing, Randy? You staying? Or what's the song say? Should I stay or should I go? Da, 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 da. Should I stay or should I go now? Now, Randy, you and I both know that's a big bag waiting for him. A big bag. But, I got one more layer to add on top of it. Because the quarterback class is really strong this year, especially with Caleb Williams at the top and the kid, May. Because the quarterback crop is so strong this year, and with picks just in general, he could be a top 5 to 10 pick this year, maybe even could drop, top 10 to 15 or what have you, right? Probably not going to be the first pick, right, we assume. And right now, third or fourth quarterback potentially. But additionally, next year's crop is weak. And so he would probably also be the front runner to be the número uno, yo hablo español también, número uno pick in the draft, Randy. So you could be a número uno pick. You can win a national championship with your boy and your pops and be legendary at Colorado, right? And maybe, again, win a national championship there. Should I stay or should I go?
Well, that's a good question. There's no pressure on him to leave early, right? Now, I think most of that will ride and be left up to the kid to decide.
Why is no pressure? Because his pops got money? That ain't his money. He want to get his own bag, which means he living at the crib with his pops. He want to go get his own bag.
I get it, but I mean, the overall situation, there's no pressure for him. The team looks like they're on the rise. You know what I mean? It's not like he's struggling. Listen,
but if you hot though, you got to go get it.
I think a lot of it would depend on the landscape, what teams he would fall in, what they estimate where he would place, top five.
But he would be number one. But he'd probably be number one in the following draft.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So unequivocally, right now, I mean, obviously, people emerge who you don't expect to emerge. Right. It could be some offensive lineman or some defensive lineman. Right. All of a sudden, it's some defensive end that got fucking 20 sacks. Right, from the University of Alabama, right, with Nick Saban, who all of a sudden, vaults into the first spot. But ultimately, he would probably be the front runner for the first line. So, Randy, I'm to ask you right now, one answer. This year, if he's a top 10 pick in the draft and the third to the fifth quarterback coming out, should he stay or should he go? No explanation, just give me the answer, bro.
I would actually come back to win a championship.
Okay, so I'm going to end it on this, okay? We know his dad, right? If his dad was in that position when he was at Florida State, What choice you think his dad would have made?
I'm out.
Must be the money that's turning me up. Remember he had that song?
Yeah.
Must be the money with his chains. We knew what Deion would have done, right?
Yeah.
He would have been out.
But I don't think it's that simple because
See, Randy, you always want to give some damn monologue, some
teams
soliloquy
have
about
deals,
some
and
stuff.
certain
Come
teams
on,
pick-
man.
Certain teams pick the best player, and they'll will and deal later, and other teams pick according to their needs. So let's say he's number one,
Mm-hmm.
but then there's an incredible defensive lineman that's number 2 or number 3. That team may need a defensive lineman.
Randy. Then guess what, Randy? Quarterbacks are so hard to come by, and so somebody would trade out. And so that team with the first pick would trade down to get that defensive player because a whole bunch of teams will give you draft picks, players, and trade out if they feel like this guy's a franchise quarterback. So you never worry about that, right? I mean, ultimately, that defensive player, what have you, will still be available to you because somebody who needs a quarterback really badly will trade up and give you draft picks, draft compensation, and other things for a franchise quarterback. So that's not the worry. So again, you saying he should stay, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, tell me what you guys think. Should he stay or should he go? You let me know. Hey, Randy, what do I have to say? Everybody, all right. All these motherfuckers are telling me to tell you guys to like and subscribe to the channel. The YouTube channel is The Frank Harris Show. Like and subscribe. Shit, my content is so motherfucking good that you're going to want to like and subscribe anyway, but they still have to mention it. Like and subscribe to The Frank Harris Show on YouTube. Also, The Real Frank Harris on Instagram. I forgot about that. Follow The Real Frank Harris on Instagram, but it's The Frank Harris Show everywhere, except for on Instagram. It's The Real Frank Harris. But it's The Frank Harris Show on Threads. It's The Frank Harris Show on TikTok. Follow your boy, subscribe, comment, show love. We're going to have the #1 podcast in the world. So join the family, be a part of it. You understand what I'm saying? Roll with it or get ran over. That's what it's really about.